presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good afternoon, happy Wednesday, it's hump day, it's June 2nd, 2021. We're with you today, we're with you tomorrow for baseball, and we're with you Friday for some tennis. How about that? I'm Ron Juckett, welcome to the program. And we go back, we're now into September. I suggest you go ask your speaker device to play September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, or if you're an American League fan, or specifically a Yankee fan, you can ask it to play Green Day's Wake Me When September Ends. Just don't do it around an open microphone where you get snitched at for breaking copyrights and all that. Okay, so 2 games this week, and the reason why only 2 is because we're right up against the Labor Day holiday, and so you're going to get a Monday night doubleheader depending on who is in first place in the National League. Today, you get the New York Giants and Brooklyn Dodgers. They have 7 meetings left in their regular season. Brooklyn is 77-52. The Giants are 74-58. So if my bad math works for me, this is game 130 for Brooklyn and game 133 for the Giants. So anytime the Giants, Dodgers, and Cardinals meet, it is a big deal. Tomorrow, you will see Cincinnati and St. Louis from Sportsman's Park in the big St. Louis as we get going. The Cardinals, I believe, are in first place as we get going. It is Big Don Newcomb against Dave Kozlow on a beautiful Friday night, September 2nd, 1949, at the Polo Grounds. So that's the setup for you. Baseball today, baseball tomorrow, and the all-time greatest champions, tennis, on Friday from Paris. Chris Everett and Suzanne Longland. There you go. Because if it's good, it's on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949. Today, from the Polo Grounds in New York, it is the Brooklyn Dodgers at 77-52 and the New York Giants at 74-58. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Mr. Forsberg, thanks for the sub, my friend. 8 months for him. And John, happy Wednesday to you. All is well here. Hope all is well for you. Really? I haven't sneezed in hours, and now I want to do it. Anyway, Dave Kozlow on the hill for the Giants, making his 20th start. He'll have 3 more after this, scheduled anyway. 12-7 with a save and a 3-3-3. Noontime starts. We would do baseball, but that puts me actually onto a doubleheader on Friday, and I really don't want to do a doubleheader on Friday for Labor Day. So you get that. The doubleheader will start at 7 p.m. Monday night. So baseball today, baseball tomorrow, tennis on Friday, and a special Labor Day doubleheader at 7 Eastern on Monday night. And if it changes, we'll post it on the Digital Dice Facebook group. Against the Dodgers, this is Kozlow's 3rd start. 20 innings, 22 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 8 walks and 9 strikeouts. He is 2-1 against the Dodgers with an ERA of 4.95. Overall, he is 12-7 with a save and a 3.33 ERA. His last start was against the Cardinals on the 27th of August, so he's on plenty of rest. In fact, he's rated for about 140 pitches. 8 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs against the Cardinals in a win. All earned. He walked 4 and didn't strike out anybody. So overall, 162 innings, 167 hits, 12 home runs, 72 runs in total, 60 earned. He walked 39 and struck out 60. And this will be the lineup he'll face against the Dodgers. Pee Wee Reese will lead off at short. Billy Cox at third will bat second. Carl Furillo in center field will bat third. Jackie Robinson cleans up at second. Gil Hodges at first will bat fifth. Kozlo a lefty, so no Duke Snider in the lineup. Roy Campanella is behind the plate. He'll bat sixth. Louis Olmo is in left field. He'll bat seventh. I wouldn't have benched Duke Snider for Mike McCormick, but I'm not in second place either. Mike is in right field. He'll bat eighth, and Newcomb on the mound will bat ninth. Defensively for the Giants, Whitey Lockman is a 7-4 in left. Bobby Thompson is a 9 and a 6 in center. Willard Marshall is an 8 and a 9 in right. Sid Gordon a 4 at third. Bill Rigney a 3 at short. Hank Thompson is a 5 at second. And LaFada, I believe it's Joe, is a 2 at first. And Muller behind the plate is a 3 and a 3. Kozlo is a 6 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. So, that's the setup for you. Pee Wee steps in at 304. 12 homers and 71 RBI. Brooklyn leads the season series 8-7. So 7 more between these two Titans on a beautiful night in Manhattan. Kozlo starts the ball game with strike 3. He got him swinging on an 0-2 curve, 1 out. Brings up Billy Cox. Billy at 223. 6 homers and 33 RBI. Dave deals. And there's a slow bounder to first. LaFada underhands it to Kozlo, and that's an error. So Cox will reach. LaFada and Kozlo couldn't connect. In fact, it goes into the dugout, and it's a 2-base error. So his softball skills aren't all that great. And there's only 1 out, and Cox is on second base. So here's Ferrillo. Carl in center field for Duke Snider, as the Dodgers use an entire righty lineup against the lefty Kozlo. Ferrillo at 321. 10 triples, 23 homers. He cooled off in August, but still has 115 RBI. The pitch. Ball 4. So the 3-0 walk was 3-0 ball inside, and there's runners on first and second. 1 out for Jackie Robinson. Jackie, the probable MVP in the National League at 377, 17 home runs, and 101 RBI. Kozlo deals. And Robinson hits a ground ball, base hit left side. Lockman will pick it up, throws it in the infield. Cox will hold at third, and the bases are full of Brooklyns with 1 out. For Gil Hodges at 322, 19 homers and 99 RBI. He does have a grand slam. So Cox on third, Ferrillo on second, Robinson on first, and Kozlo already behind the 8 ball before everybody can grab their popcorn and Rheingolds and sit down. Pitch to Hodges is a fly ball to right. Marshall in the corner. Willard will track that down. That's a catch. There's 2 out. Cox goes back to tag and will score without a throw, and Ferrillo moves to third. So it's a sac fly. So Hodges now a proud member of the Century Club in RBI. And there's 2 out, 1-0 Brooklyn. And that'll bring up Campanella. Roy at 324. 18 homers and 66 RBI. Baseball today, Reds and Cardinals tomorrow. And then we'll do a diversion on Friday and do the 2 winningest women in French Open history, Chrissy Everett and Suzanne Longland. Pitch to Campanella. There's a liner up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Ferrillo scores. Robinson goes to third, and there's 2 out. And 2-0, and it's time for Tickle Me Olmo. Louis at 386, 5 doubles and 13 RBI. The Dodgers trying to make quick work of the Giants. And right now, this all-righty lineup is working. Olmo. It's a ground ball to third. Gordon over to LaFada, and that will retire the side. But the Dodgers take advantage of the bad error by LaFada. 2 runs, 2 hits in the air. They leave 2 runners on, half an inning in the books. It's the Dodgers 2. The Giants are looking for the Maldito. So Don Newcomb, 23 years old, Rookie of the Year in the National League, fastball pitcher at 89 and a flyball pitcher, is 13-10 with an ERA of 3.56. Against the Giants, this is his 4th start. 22 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned. He walked 5 and struck out 14. Overall against the Gents, he's 2-2 with an ERA of 3.97. His last start came against the Pirates on the 28th, his 13th win of the year. 9 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 6. His season high for strikeouts was against the Phillies on the 16th. He had 9. So, Nuke having a magnificent rookie campaign, 187 1/3 innings, 167 hits, 15 home runs, 82 runs, 74 earned. He walked 58 and struck out 116. Then this will be the lineup that he will face. Bill Rigney leads off at short. Ronnie Lockman in left will bat second. Hank Thompson will bat third and play second. Bobby Thompson is in center. He'll clean up. Willard Marshall in right will bat fifth. Sid Gordon, sitting on a 10-game hitting streak, will bat sixth at third. LaFada, whose error really hurt in the top of the inning, will bat seventh. Muller behind the plate bats eighth, and Kozlow, who threw 16 pitches in the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Dodgers, Olmo is a 2 and a 6 in left. Furillo is not a center fielder. He's a 2 with a 0 fielding percentage, which means he didn't just play enough to qualify. He does have a 10 arm. McCormick is a 1 and a 4 in right. And remember, the computer took this as the as-played lineup. Billy Cox is a 5 at third. Pee Wee Reese is a 9 at short. Jackie Robinson an 8 at second. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. Roy Campanella a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. And Newcomb is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Solapsky Smurf recovering from the Loops first round exit. Greetings from north of the border. Hope all our friends in the U.S. We did. Had a very nice long weekend. Weather here was terrible until yesterday. I mean, 2 weeks ago we had 90 degrees on a Friday night, and this past weekend it was rainy and 60. In fact, in the southern part of Vermont, if you're familiar with the Manchester area at all, Stratton Mountain, they had snow. Rigney at 306, 9 homers and 52 RBI. Newcomb starts his ball game with a fly ball in the shallow center field. Furillo rides the Schwinn, 1 out. Okay. I can tell you that a certain Habs fan who's talking right now was quite happy about that. Here's Lockman, Whitey at 273, 12 homers and 67 RBI. Not to belabor it for our dear friend in London, Ontario, but with McDavid and the Oilers losing and teams not making the playoffs, 44 in Lower Bucks County, Pennsylvania. That's pretty chilly. My mom had like a frost the Friday before. Of the top 15 payroll hits in the NHL, and this includes Ovechkin and that too, the only one left playing right now is Carey Price from Montreal. That's it. All that talent, and only one of those 15 made it to the second round. There. Hopefully I couched that okay. So, Lapsky, what do the Leafs have to do to get out of the first round? Where's the disconnect? Pitch to Lockman. Whitey hits a ground ball base hit right side. McCormick will actually throw because it's shallow. And do they get Lockman? They do! It's a 9-3 putout. That was slapped into right field. And don't forget, it's only a force play. McCormick fired it in, and you get the very rare 9-3 putout at first. Wowzers. So here's Hank Thompson. Hank at 332. 2 out. That's not a hit. 8 homers and 33 RBI. That's pretty stunning. Pitch to Thompson. And Newcomb got him on a swing. Just below the belt on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that will retire the side. So, the Dodgers, or the Giants rather, no runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 1-2-0 Brooklyn. So McCormick, Newcomb, and Reese. McCormick at 184. Mike has no homers and 11 RBI. Lapsky says maybe the coach. A lot of people say trade Marner, but I'm not sure. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Pitch to McCormick. And there's a base hit in the right or left center field. Thompson will pick it up, and that's the third hit for the Dodgers. Giants will play for the bunt. Nuke at 235, no homers and 3 RBI. None of those runs that Brooklyn had in the first, rather, are earned. Both of them are unearned runs. Pitch to Newcomb. He drops one down. Muller will not even pick it up. No, I'm sorry. It is foul. It is 0-2. No, I know that CBC and Sportsnet are not real thrilled with the Habs and the Jets, although TVA must be, because they get all the French games. Count 0-2 to Newcomb. And there's a line drive base hit left field. Lockman will pick it up, and so the Dodgers have 2 on and nobody out. NBC, of course, really doesn't care. Although I'm sure that the folks at Rogers would have loved to have seen McDavid versus the Leafs. Pee-wee 0 for 1. He struck out to start the game. Kozlow 22 pitches in, 9 batters, 1 inning, 4 hits. So walk, a strikeout, and none of those runs of those 2 are earned. Pee-wee in the center field. Thompson goes back, and Bobby makes the catch. McCormick will bluff. Yes. 1 out. For Cox, 0 for 1. He scored a run. He reached on the air. And there's a ground ball. Rigney with a diving stop behind the bag. Hank Thompson for 1. Do they turn it? LaFada for 2. And so Rigney starts a 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Inning and a half in the books. The Dodgers strand a runner. It's 2-0 Brooklyn. Zalapsky says, I think many people want to trade Marner because the Raptors traded DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard and think it's the same thing. I don't think hockey works that way either. You have 18 people who need to work as a unit as opposed to basketball, where you might have, on a really deep team, 10. Bobby at 293, 30 homers, and 120 RBI. Pitch from Newcomb. That's in the right field. McCormick, he's going back there. That's in the corner, and that is foul. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Newcomb winds and deals. Ground ball to third. Cox will grab it across the way to Hodges, and Gill stays on the bag for the out. So, what might have been a home run is turned into a foul ball, and then that's a ground out to third. Here's Marshall. Willard at 345, 9 homers, and 65 RBI. Marshall, a ground ball to second. Robinson in the hole, throws to first. 2 out. For Sid Gordon, Sid on a 10-game hitting streak. 307. He's had 31 home runs, and he's driven in 91. Giants trail 2-0, bottom of the second, on a beautiful night in Manhattan. Gordon. Center field. Ferrillo ranges over and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Giants go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2-0 Dodgers. So Ferrillo, Robinson, and Hodges to face Kozlo. Ferrillo walked and scored his first time up. This time Carl punches one to Thompson, and he's going to misplay it. And so it's going to be an E4. He boots that into right center field, and Ferrillo's on second. So the Giants' defense has really let them down. That's the second error of the game, and immediately here in the third, there's a runner in scoring position. For Jackie Robinson, who singled his first time up, he's 1 for 1. Robinson squares. He bunts. The throw to first from Muller is in time. So it goes 2-4 on the card. And Ferrillo moves to third. That'll bring up Hodges, who's 0 for 1 with an RBI. He had a sac fly. How you doing, Captain Carl? Nice to have you along on a Wednesday. 2-0 Dodgers with a runner on third, top of the third. Pitch to Gill is a fly ball into right field. Marshall, well, I have no idea what just happened. The runner scores, so it's a sac fly. So a fly ball, Marshall under it. Ferrillo's digging for a home. The throw, not in time. So it's 3-0 Dodgers, no matter what the chalkboard said. Thank you, Bobby. Are there any good auto racing games for the PC? No, not in a form like this. There are some very good games that allow you to drive, but as far as something like an action PC auto racing, it doesn't exist. I would kill. There's a couple that were made for DOS. So if you're familiar with DOSBox, I'd kill for a good Indy car sim. There's Motorsport Manager, but again, it doesn't come with real drivers and real tracks, and that's more geared towards endurance and Formula One racing, what you might be into. Campanella in the right field, nobody on. Marshall will go over, make the catch, and that will retire the side. How you doing, Forrest? Dodgers get another run, no hits and 1 error, and I believe that's the third unearned run. The Dodgers 3, the Giants 0. John prefers the Indy cars. Wasn't that fun on Sunday? Hopefully some of you watched that. Yeah, a good racing game I think would do well. Again, there's a couple Formula One managers and Motorsport Manager, but nothing for NASCAR or Indy cars. Joe LaFada at 278. 4 triples, 3 homers, and 14 RBI. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom of the third inning. LaFada starts the inning with a fly ball to center field. Ferrillo makes the catch. 1 out. Yes, Sunday was incredible. Anytime anybody over 45 wins something, I'm all for that. Today is Lou Gehrig Day, and Major League Baseball is honoring that, as Bobby says. It's been 80 years since he passed away, June 2nd, 1941. What exactly are they doing? Is everybody wearing 4? How is Major League Baseball marking that? Hopefully with some good-sized checks going for ALS research. Muller at .219, 3 homers and 16 RBI. Pitch from Newcomb. There's a line drive right to Robinson for the second out. 2 out for Kozlow. Dave at .173, 2 homers and 5 RBI. Newcomb winds and deals, and there's a line drive to Hodges at first, and the Giants go down in order again. 9 up, 9 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th, it's Brooklyn 3, the Giants nothing. So, as Louis Olmo steps to the plate, Brooklyn has a half-game lead over St. Louis. Coming into this one, the Giants are 4.5 back, Philadelphia 9 back, and everyone else is kind of playing for next year. The Reds at 50 and 80 have officially been eliminated. In the American League, get your World Series tickets for Yankee Stadium now. They are 10 games up on Cleveland. Their magic number is 16. Detroit and Boston are 14 and 15 games back, respectively, and their elimination number is 11. Washington's at 5 and Philadelphia's at 3. Yep, Mike Marshall passed away yesterday. 78, did I read? Marshall, of course, wasn't he a doctor? And came up with his own pitching style? He threw, for the Dodgers, I believe he threw 100 games in 74. 106. And so, yeah, he passed away yesterday. Olmo, by the way, 0 for 1. Kozlow starts the 4th with a ground ball, and Thompson's going to misplay that. That's Hank's second error of the ball game. And Kozlow wants to know what he needs to do to get through a clean inning. He's allowed 3 unearned runs. So Olmo with good speed at first. Here's McCormick. He singled his first time up. Throw to first, and Olmo is back. Yeah, John makes a good point. We'll finish up the thought on Mike Marshall first. 78 due to cancer, which always sucks. Still holds the record for number of games, which I believe is 106 in 1974, and innings in relief in a season, because these guys weren't one-inning pitchers. John says, I guess that's why we love sports. It has nothing to do with Mike Marshall. On May 15th, if you had told me that Phil Mickelson would win the PGA in Helio Indy, I would have said you were crazy. At one point on that first Thursday of the PGA, you'd have gotten 400 to 1 to Phil to win it. He was 250 to 1 to start the tournament. 400 to 1. Pitch to McCormick is a ground ball to short. Might be 2. Rigney. Thompson for 1. And McCormick will beat it out. I don't think LaFada got it there, and he did not. So 1 out and 6-4 on the fielder's choice for Newcomb, who singled his first time up. Dave is trying to get banned from the channel. I had the volume down. Surprisingly, it made for a better game. It's kind of like your broadcast there, Gardner. So Gordon and LaFada play for the bunt. We've already got this week's Digital Dice recorded, episode 91. And our special guest this week, after further review, Stephen Tower. Newcomb swings. Kozlow will stab it. He goes to Thompson for 1. LaFada for 2. So now they turn the double play. 1-4-3. So the error goes for naught. No runs and no hits. Bottom of the fourth inning, 3-0 Brooklyn. So Newcomb, who's retired the first 9 men he's faced, on 29 pitches, 3 innings and a strikeout. So it just kind of automatically is there that Rigney is 0 for 1. This time around, he lines out one to center field. Furillo ranges over and makes the catch, 1 out. We had a good time taping that with Steve. We did that one on Memorial Day. Lockman, 0 for 1. Yeah, Cafe Press is where you get that. Gardner can put the link in there, but mouse pads, thongs, I don't know why. It's not anything I'd ever order. Pitch to Lockman. There's a line drive to right. McCormick is there, 2 out. Episode 1 there. Yep, I think you're right. Episode 100 coming up. Who would you guys love to see us interview? We can try to get it for episode 100, which would be roughly 9 weeks from now. Here's Thompson. Hank struck out his first time up and has made 2 errors in the field. And he strikes out again. So not a good day for Thompson. He swings and misses on the curve. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, 3-0 Brooklyn. And no, don't let anyone fool you. It's not a song in my head and a thong in my heart. Pee-wee is 0 for 2, by the way, with a strikeout. Koslow, 47 pitches for 18 batters. 4 innings, 4 hits, a walk and a strikeout, and 3 unearned runs. It's 3-0 Dodgers. Dave Cook, we've heard that one. That's a good choice. Pee-wee, there's a base hit in the left field. That'll drop in front of Lockman. And that's the 5th Dodger hit. Here's Cox. Billy is 0 for 2. He has scored and grounded into a double play. So that is the right link if you're watching live on Twitch. Cox will hit a slow bounder down to third. Gordon on the grass. Thompson for 1 at second. Over to Lafano, but that would have been a tough haul, and so Cox will reach on the fielder's choice. So 5-4, 1 out. And that'll bring up Furillo. Carl has scored twice, reached on an error, and walked. He's 0 for 1. Koslow deals. And there's a base hit left center field. Thompson will throw it back in the infield. And there's 2 on and 1 out for Jackie Robinson. Robinson sacrificed in the first and then singled the second time up. He's 1 for 1. Koslow from the stretch. And there's a base hit in the left field. Cox will round third. Lockman will throw it in, and Cox will hold up. So again, for the second time, the bases are full of Brooklyns here. Cox on third, Furillo on second, Robinson on first for Gil Hodges, who I believe has 2 sacrifice flies. He's 0 for 2 because he's count for at-bats in 1949, but he's now driven in 101. Pitch from Koslow. Hodges swings, maybe, and into center field. Is this going to be sac fly number 3? Thompson running way back there. He'll make the catch. Cox will tag and score without a throw. Furillo moves to third because Thompson was practically in the Bronx. And it's 4-0 Brooklyn, and that's the first earned run allowed by Koslow. So 2 out for Campanella. Runners on the corners. Roy is 1 for 2. He is singled and driven in a run. And Campanella draws the walk. Full count low and inside on the fastball. And that'll bring up Dave's favorite player, Tickle Me Elmo. Louie is 0 for 2. The all-righty lineup by the Dodgers has worked. A single would score Robinson probably with ease unless it was an infield single. Olmo. Ground ball to short. Rigney. Snap throw to first, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers leave them loaded. But they get a run on 3 hits and no errors. Halfway home on a Wednesday afternoon at the Polo Grounds, or Friday, September 2nd, 1949. It's the Dodgers 4, the Giants nothing. We'll be right back after this. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. Dodgers in the first, 7 batters to the plate, scoring 2 on 2 hits, a walk and an error. Hodges a sac fly to make it 1-0. And then Campanella singled home Furillo to make it 2-0. In the third, Gil Hodges with a second sac fly to make it 3-0. And in the fifth, the Dodgers sent 7 but can only get 1 to the score, and that came home on a Gil Hodges sac fly. 4-0 Brooklyn. I wonder what the record is for most sac flies in a game. That has to be close. Newcomb, well, he's just struck out 2 through 4. Kozlo, 5 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 2 and struck out 1. So Thompson, Marshall, and Gordon for Newcomb, who is cruising right along. Bobby's 0 for 1. This time around, he will hit a ground ball to first. Hodges takes it to the bag himself, and that's 13 straight for Nuke. Brings up Willard Marshall, who is 0 for 1. Newcomb winds and deals. Popped up. Campanella to the screen. Does he make the catch? No. So the count is 2-2. Pitch to Marshall. Ground ball up the middle. Pee-wee by the bag at second. Over to first. And there's 2 out here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Sid Gordon, who's got a 10-game hitting streak. Newcomb, 70 degrees. The wind's blowing in from right center at 14. Pitch. And that's the first base runner for the Giants as Gordon works the walk. A 3-0 fastball high and way inside, and that'll bring up LaFata, who was 0 for 1. So Newcomb slams the ball in his glove and throws to first. Gordon is back. So for the first time today, he'll work from the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Robinson will flip it to Reese covering, and that will retire the side. And yep, you see it right there. After 5, no runs, no hits, no errors. And Don Newcomb is making a whole mess of bagels. 4-0 Brooklyn. So McCormick, Newcomb, and Reese to face Kozlo here to start the 6th. Mike is 1 for 2 with a single. There's a base hit in the left center field. McCormick digging for 2. The throw to second is not in time. His 9th of the year, and the Dodgers have their 8th hit. Here's Newcomb. Nuke 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded into a double play. So the Giants play for the bunt. Don't know what it is for a game, Bobby says, Captain Carl. But Hodges has the record for most sacrifice flies in a season with 19. And he did that in 1954. 3 has got to be close. I mean, how many chances do you get to have one to begin with? Newcomb drops one down. Kozlow charges the plate. He throws to third, and they get McCormick. So it does not work. And it goes 1-5 on the fielder's choice. So Pee Wee Reese 1 for 3 is singled and struck out. Kozlow through 27 batters, just 73 pitches, 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits. Of the 4 runs, just 1 is earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Pee Wee, ground ball, base hit past the diving Thompson. So Newcomb will hold at second. And that's the 9th Dodger hit. Here's Billy Cox. He is 0 for 3. He has scored twice, reached on an error, and grounded into a double play. The Giants have made 3 errors in the ballgame. 1 out, top the 6th. Muller and Kozlow go out and have a few words. Dave winds and deals. There's a liner to center field. Thompson makes the catch. 2 out. So here's Ferrillo. Carl 1 for 2. Has singled, walked, and scored twice. And there's a fly ball to left field. Lockman will track that one down, and that will retire the side. The Dodgers 3-2, 8 overall. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-0 Brooklyn. So Ray Muller, Dave Kozlow, and Bill Rigney to face Don Newcomb, who is pitching an absolute gem for the Dodgers. Ray is 0 for 1. And Newcomb starts the 6th with a base hit into right or left center field. So there goes the no-hitter. And Kozlow's going to bunt. But Newcomb, anytime you can carry a no-hitter through 5, you are cooking, my friend. And Mr. Newcomb had an entire propane tank going on. Kozlow will square. Hodges and Cox play for the bunt. Hodges will come get it. Muller is not running very fast. Throw to first. Robinson covering, and Kozlow was out. So the sacrifice works. Muller to second. And now I'll bring up Bill Rigney. Bill is 0 for 2. So Newcomb, just 18 batters deep, 63 pitches, 5 1/3 innings, a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Rigney is 0 for 2. Ground ball to third. Cox looks Muller back. Throws to first, and there's 2 out. So Ray Muller, the lone singleton hit for the New York Giants. Here's Lockman. Whitey's 0 for 2. Runner goes. Lockman into right field. McCormick puts the glove up, and that will retire the side. Giants break through with a hit, but that's it. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 6 at the Polo Grounds, it's the Dodgers 4, the Giants nothing. So Robinson, Hodges, and Campanella. Again, just to tell you how difficult it is to get any sac fly. I mean, Jackie would have to triple or somehow reach third and gild the fly out to get a 4th. Robinson has singled twice. He's 2 for 2. Sac bunt in the 3rd. This time it's a liner into center field. Thompson is there, and there's 1 out. So Gill can't get a sac fly. He does have none. He didn't have a sac fly until today. He's got 3. I don't know what the real life number was, but there's no SF for him until today. Pitch to Hodges is a liner into right field. That's a base hit. So that's hit number 10 for the Dodgers. Hodges a threat to steal. 4-0 Brooklyn. Here's Campanella. Roy 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and driven in a run. Throw to first. Hodges is back. Kozlo deals. And there's a fly ball center field. Thompson going back, riding a horse. Of course, there's an entire rodeo back there, and he'll make the catch. 2 out for Olmo. Louis is 0 for 3. Again, we did episode 91 of Digital Dice, and that gets released, I think, today. Unless Dave tells me he didn't do it. I think we can turn those on for us. We talked to Stephen Tower after further review, and that should come out today. John says, I found some information. It looks like 3 is the sac fly record, and 11 guys are tied. So in all the years of Major League Baseball, that's pretty good. I'm surprised we don't have any stickers for Digital Dice. Pitch to Olmo. Louis tickles that one into center field. Thompson comes in, rides the Schwinn, and makes the catch to retire the side. Stretch time, 4-0 Dodgers. Sounds like the game is struggling here, isn't it? That wasn't the 7th inning stretch. That was a 7th inning walk. And my computer isn't really struggling, so I'm really not quite sure what the problem is. Anywho, it'll be Thompson, and Marshall. And Hank is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice and made 2 errors in the field. Just in case you're wondering about who are part of the 11 that have done the 3 sac flies in a real game, Don Mattingly, George Bell, and Ernie Banks are 3 of those. Thompson hits a ground ball to short. Reese comes in on the grass. Snap throw to first, and Thompson is out on the bang-banger, 1 out. So Thompson is retired. Thompson is 0 for 2. Bobby has a 9-game hitting streak. And it will remain a 9-game hitting streak as Ferrillo will get that in center field. 2 out. So the Reds and the Cardinals tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. Here's Willard Marshall. Willard is 0 for 2. The Dodgers, with a win today, we don't know what St. Louis is going to do yet, would have a 1-game lead in the National League. Marshall. It's a ground ball, base hit past a diving Robinson. So that's just the 2nd hit. That'll bring up Gordon. Sid walked. He was the first base runner of the ball game for the Giants. And he's 0 for 1. Pitch from Newcomb and Campanella go out to Chad. Ground ball to first. Hodges takes it to the bag himself for the out. And that will retire the side. Giants get their 2nd hit and leave them on. Have no runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 8th. It's 4-0 Dodgers. Here are the other ones. Juan Gonzalez, Chad Kruger, Jose Lopez, Edgar Martinez, Bob Musial, Russ Nixon, Candy Maldonado, and Vince Coleman are the others, to join Don Mattingly, George Bell, and Ernie Banks as recording 3 sacrifice flies in a game. Bob Usual being really the only older player to do it. McCormick is 2 for 3. Mike is singled and doubled. Interesting on Coleman. Oh, he was an RBI guy. He was there to create. Well, you're there to create runs, and so if he couldn't do it with his legs, he could do it with his bat, I suppose. McCormick. Ground ball to the middle. Rigney by the bag at second. Stops, gathers, throws to first for the out. 1 out for Newcomb. Don throwing a 2-hitter through 7. He's 1 for 3 with a single. There's a liner in the left field. Lockman's there, and there's 2 out. So Kozlo, 98 pitches through 36 batters. 7 2/3 innings, 10 hits. Has walked 2 and struck out 1. Pee Wee, 2 for 4. He has singled twice and struck out. Kozlo deals. And there's a ground ball to Rigney over to LaFata. And that will retire the side. Dodgers go in order in the 8th. Tommy Brown. Uh-oh. Gardner won't be happy about this. Tommy Brown is in for Tickle Me Elmo in left field. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-0. Yep, Vince Coleman was the guy that got ran over before a playoff game by the automatic tart machine at Busch Stadium. Broke his leg, and you have to wonder if Coleman played in the World Series. Remember, they beat the Dodgers in the NLCS. But his speed missing from the lineup against Kansas City, whether that would have made the difference. Brown, by the way, is a 5 and a 6 in left. They don't put Furillo in right field, but they'll put Brown in center and left. LaFata 0 for 2. As Newcomb starts the 8th on 81 pitches and throwing a 2-hitter. LaFata. There's a ground ball to second. Robinson over to first. 1 out. Brings up Muller, who has 1 of the 2 hits for the Giants. Ray is 1 for 2. Newcomb deals. And he struck him out. He got him to swing on and miss. An 88-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 out for Kozlo. Yeah, Denkinger made the difference in that series in Game 6. And the Cardinals just were so blown away by it. Well, let Kozlo bat. There's nobody on, 2 out. And Dave's pitch count is fine. They're not hitting Newcomb anyway. Dave's 0 for 1. Kozlo lines out one into right field. McCormick is there, and that will retire the side. Giants go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th. It's 4-0 Brooklyn. So Cox, Furillo, and Robinson. Billy is 0 for 4. He has scored twice, reached on at least 1 error, and grounded into a double play. This time around, he pops up by the shortstop. Rigney pulls up the glove. 1 out. So that'll bring up Furillo. Carl 1 for 3. Has singled, scored twice, and walked. Ground ball to short. Rigney going to throw to first. 2 out. Brings up Jackie Robinson. Jackie is 2 for 3. Has singled twice and bunted. 4-0 Dodgers. 2 out in the 9th. Pitch from Kozlo. Robinson. Ground ball to third. Gordon over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Dodgers go in order. Kozlo ends up throwing a complete game. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 4-0 Brooklyn. So top of the lineup for Newcomb 27 batters, 93 pitches, and 8 innings. He's allowed 2 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 3. Rigney is 0 for 3. Popped up, left side, Cox, foul territory, and somebody from Wall Street makes that catch. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Rigney draws a walk. So Newcomb had him down 1-2 and then lost him on a full count fastball low and away. Brings up Lockman, who's 0 for 3. 4 to tie for the Giants, 5 to win. Pitch from Newcomb. Lockman hits a ground ball, base hit left side. Brown will pick it up. And so the Giants have 2 on and nobody out for Hank Thompson. Hank is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Thompson, ground ball foul first base side, and Rigney and Lockman will go back. The count is 2-2. Newcomb still has roughly 30 pitches in his arsenal. 2-2. Line drive to Hodges, 1 out. So Gill was in the right spot. 1 out for Thompson. Bobby is 0 for 3. So Rigney on second, Lockman on first, and the Dodgers trying to lock this one down to go 78-52. Thompson popped up right side. McCormick comes in. Hodges calls for it, and Gill makes the catch. 2 out. So it's now 64 degrees on this cold, chilly September night. 2 out. Last chance saloon for Willard Marshall. Willard is 1 for 3 with a single. If he should reach, Gordon in his 10-game hitting streak would be the tying run. And he's on deck. Newcomb delivers. And there's a fly ball, shallow center. Ferrillo comes in, and Don Newcomb has shut out the New York Giants 4-0. So a shake of the hand between Newcomb and Campanella, and he has thrown a 3-hitter. And he is your Digital Dice player of the game. 9 innings, 3 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3. He threw 113 pitches, 77 strikes, and 36 balls. And Nuke, his ERA falls to 3.39, and he goes to 14-10 as the Dodgers get a big win. They move to 78-52, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Giants fall to 74-59. Remember, these 2 teams play 6 more times this year. No runs, 3 hits, and 3 errors. U2 midlife crisis. Kozlov falls to 12-8, 9 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, just 1 error. The defense just hurt the Giants today. He walked 2 and struck out 1 and could have thrown 150 pitches. That's pretty good. The rest of this Friday in baseball, just 3 other games besides this one. The White Sox beat the Tigers 5-4 in 11 innings. Surkont goes to 6-5. Stubby Overmeyer falls to 3-5. Ostrowski 3 for 5, a triple and 2 doubles. Jack Kramer beats the A's in Boston 7-6. Kramer 7-6 and 7. Bucky Harris falls to 2-8. Davis 2 for 4, 2 home runs and 4 RBI. Thanks, John. The Phillies and Russ Meyer shut out the Braves in Philadelphia 11-0. Meyer goes to 10-11. Claude Voiself goes to 5-9. Andy Semenick is 31st of the year, 1 for 2 with 3 walks. So Brooklyn is now 2 up in the win column over St. Louis. And so you'll see St. Louis and Cincinnati tomorrow from Sportsman's Park. That'll do it for us on a Wednesday and Thursday, and remember Friday we're going to do some tennis. Chrissy Everett and Suzanne Longland. So right now, if the Dodgers stay in first place, they are the doubleheader, and it would be against the Braves. Monday night at 7 Eastern. So it's either the Dodgers and the Braves or the Cardinals and the Pirates, and we'll figure that out before then. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you the next time. So long, everybody.